60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, I'm John.
I'm Nancy.
And we are
J&N
j&ntravels. Thank you for joining us
Yes.
on our Wednesday
Today's Thursday.
or Thursday afternoon. Boy, I'm losing
He
track of
doesn't know
time.
what day it is. I have to remind him all the time.
Welcoming people into the live and welcome into people watching the replay. One thing I want to point out, there was probably a little confusion last week. Since we started our Sunday game night with Tanisha time at 4 o'clock on every other Sunday.
Right.
That Sunday usually takes up our Thursday. So what we do is we do in the live like we are today on Thursday.
That's right.
Then we're going to do the game night with Tanisha on Sunday. And then we don't do the following Thursday.
So this Sunday
it's every other Thursday.
So this Sunday will be game
night, right?
Okay.
It always follows a Thursday live.
All right. So that's easy to remember. Our night always follows our Thursday live.
So I did confuse people before, I think. Maybe I did.
Hopefully we're straightened out now.
And right now, I'm going to officially retire. I'm looking at one last time.
Oh, so sad.
A second Boston team to lose to its. I'm telling you, I'm thinking of not going snowboarding in Florida this year because these Florida teams that are ranked 8th.
Well, you better not
knocking off all these Boston teams.
I know, you better not wear any of your Boston sports shirts because you'll be made fun of.
Last year,
what happened to those Boston teams?
I always bring a bunch of them too.
Oh, you do? You always start. They always start a conversation with people.
That's the main reason because I haven't won anything in a while.
No,
none of the Boston teams. So it's not like I'm there bragging.
No, they haven't.
But it gets people in the conversation.
We met a nice couple because of that from New York. Remember, they were. You had your Boston team on, and we were walking, and we struck up a conversation with them, and
it was a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
It's funny sometimes I forget I'm wearing the Boston shirt and people make comments. I think they know me and it's just that they're making a reference.
He was pumping gas the other day and he had his Celtic shirt on and somebody at the gas station saying, "Wow, did you see that game? That was incredible." And you're like, "What?" And then you realize that you had your Celtic shirt on.
And I didn't know the person at all.
No, he didn't.
So we'll just have to wait till the next time. But at least we can go down there, I guess. And if everyone's happy, if one of these two two Florida teams wins it this year, then it'll be a happy state.
Right. That's for sure. Yeah, Boston's not a happy state right now, or city, I should say.
And Captain Billy, nice to see you.
Hey,
nice to see you again.
Captain Cowboy Captain Billy.
Billy, do you actually follow the pro sports down there? I know you're not from Florida originally, but you certainly have bragging rights, at least this year. However, let's see. John wants to live in the past. I know Wednesday. You're right. If I go back before these playoffs started.
Our T-shirts are dating themselves with the champion. I think the Bruins was 2011. I have the same T-shirt. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's 12 years ago. Yeah.
They used to be nice and fresh.
They used to be nice and fresh, right? But now, they still look good, but the year outdates itself on the shirt.
I have a question for you, Billy, too. We have friends that we met snowboarding that are going for their second year up in Destin, Florida.
They love it there.
And I think Destin's right near where you are in Pensacola. Is that correct? And when does it warm up there? Because we're thinking not this year, but maybe one of the fall years we'll spend a month in either Destin or Pensacola, head home early from the Orlando area and stop there. But I'm curious, how warm it gets, say March and April in Pensacola and Destin.
Yeah, I'd like to visit Destin. Our daughter did and loved it. She thought it was absolutely beautiful. And again, these friends that we met in Florida last year, or this year, well, actually, it was this year. We met them in January. They went to Destin and they loved it. They're going back.
Yeah.
They loved it so much they booked an Airbnb for another month there.
My whole thought process is I want to take my pants off when I first get down there and don't put them back on again until I'm heading home. And so I wanted to at least be shorts weather. So,
Yeah.
And the pools are heated. So, it
Yeah.
could be a little cooler, but they were in winter coats.
I really like the ocean, so I'd be excited to be near the ocean. That's what I would like. Although I enjoy the Florida pools. Don't get me wrong. I love the Florida pools, but it would be nice to be near the ocean.
That's good information from Billy. He says Destin's 45 minutes away from him.
It is. Okay.
Starts to get warmer in March and April,
It
70s
does.
and 80s.
Okay.
Water temperature is still pretty cold. Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to go swim in the ocean, but you can walk on the beach.
Our daughter went in May and it was still a little cold because I don't think they
Was it?
went. Yeah, because I don't think she actually swam in the ocean. She waded in it, and that was early May when she went.
Even though she likes it to be really hot.
Yeah, she does. I probably would go in it because I grew up in Massachusetts, and I grew up with lots of ocean around me. Wassagusset Beach, Nantasket Beach, Cohasset Beach, Wollaston Beach, and they were all, not that warm.
Well, the big thing is we have a lot of friends, and we love Maine itself, but I just can't get in the water.
I've gone in. I mean, I mostly,
well, you just dipping though.
Yeah,
You're not really...
I mostly swam at Wassagusset Beach and Nantasket Beach, and the water was cold. I know it was never really warm. It took a long time to warm up, like probably August.
Well, it took me all my life to get used to Cape Cod.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we were going down in late August.
Yeah,
and we could get in the water.
Get in the water, but the only thing with that is that's the time that there are lots of jellyfish. Yuck.
Anything new on your attempt to get down a little further south, Billy? I know this Maxwell Smart's here.
Hi,
nice to see you, Maxwell.
He's probably driving around again.
All right. Well, why don't we jump into the questions? Yeah, we're using that.
Oh.
Let's just jump into the questions now, since we're only going till 1 o'clock as usual.
Yeah. Oops.
First one is favorite Disney resort. Now we decided to break this up for ourselves into the value, right?
Yeah.
Let's start there. So the value one, which is your favorite value resort?
My
Now,
favorite
would be All-Star Sports, music, movies. I think those are the 3 value ones.
Yeah, well,
I guess Pop Century too.
Yeah, my favorite. Well, I have stayed at All-Star Sports, and I thought that was really, really fun. I like that a lot. The others are nice too, but I haven't stayed at the others. So I'll have to go with All-Star Sports because I actually stayed there, and I thought it was great.
I like sports, the All-Star Sports also. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I don't know if the Pop Century and that qualifies as a value resort. If that does,
that's cool.
Then maybe those would be, maybe a notch up to those.
I mean, we toured all of them. We know what they look like. We just never stayed there. The only one we stayed at was All-Star Sports.
Right. Hey, Larry, how you doing?
Larry.
It's 12:23 p.m. here, Larry.
I have to tell
and
Larry.
I forgot to remind you again, Larry.
Oh, I have to tell Larry. I know he commented on our bear pictures. Yeah, that bear did come to our yard, and we just had a cub the other day. Our back light went on, and John thought it was a raccoon, and he went to look, and there was a bear cub trying to get at the feeder.
Yeah, he was climbing up on a chair and then on the air conditioner.
Yeah, he climbed up on the chair in the air conditioner. We didn't get a picture, but that bear picture that I posted, that was our sliding door, and I was so disappointed because we just got brand new screens, and I was so excited. We got brand new screens, and then a bear tried to get our feeder in his paw, went right through the brand new screen, and he got a picture of it.
Billy, have you been to the? I have heard so much about that. But
what
obviously
is it?
We've never been there. The see if I pronounce Illini. I forget. See, it's a Disney resort over in Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you been there? Do you plan on going there? He likes the all-star music. Okay.
He likes all-star music?
For a value, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I bet it's nice.
Now for the moderates names, which really is like Port Orleans and what are the other ones there? trying to think of the modern, the Caribbean beach.
Yeah, Riviera now.
The
That's
Riviera is upscale.
upscale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, moderate. Okay.
Yeah, the modern. I'm trying to think of the
Okay.
other ones. What
Okay.
would be your favorite of those?
Oh boy, well, Port Orleans is nice. I mean, would Polynesian be considered upscale, or is that moderate?
Port Orleans is a mid value. Yeah, so that
Yeah,
would be.
so I would say Polynesian. Oh, I love the Polynesian. We've never stayed there, but we got to explore it extensively because his sister stayed there. So we saw what the rooms looked like. They were lovely. And it's a beautiful resort. And also, Port Orleans is nice as well.
Well, we also got to explore it this time with Sherry. Remember?
Yes,
We
yes,
went
that was
over there
lovely.
and just happened to hear the Mardi Gras
Yeah,
celebration.
it was really fun.
Yeah, I like Port Orleans myself.
And your sister stayed there as
Yep.
well. So we got to explore that more because she was staying there. So yeah, both of those.
And then the high range ones, which is Grand Floridian, Contemporary, Polynesian.
Well, I love the looks
Riviera,
of the Grand Floridian.
Wilderness Lodge.
I love the looks of the Grand Floridian. It's so
Do you like
beautiful.
that
there.
stuff?
I do like the looks of that. It's just beautiful.
And you know, I've always said that that's probably the bottom of my list. It just looks so sterile to me.
Oh, but it's so beautiful. It reminds me like of
I have to agree with the Commodore / Captain is my favorite. It's always been the Polynesian.
Oh yeah,
you know that.
yeah.
We visit that probably 3 or 4 times a
Yeah,
trip. We
I
go over there for a
know.
Dole Whip.
We
We go over
do.
there to watch the fireworks.
Yeah, it's fun.
So it feels
So
like we're saying,
beautiful
Najuma, thanks for coming in.
Hey, Najuma, how are you?
We are sailing from your neck of the woods, Najuma, in
October.
October. So,
Yeah.
so if you're looking for a cruise to jump on,
Yeah, we'll be on the Venezia if you're looking for a cruise. Should be fun.
are you the one who recently talked to me that you were looking into maybe it wasn't you that was looking into a cruise over to Hawaii?
Ooh. You know, our son just went to Hawaii for his honeymoon. He liked it, but he wasn't totally impressed. I don't really know why. I think he had didn't have the greatest.
Well, he said a lot of things were spread out too.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
think a lot of people think you go there and you just like on the ship or anything else, you just get off and everything's right
Yeah.
there. And it is a bunch of islands.
It
and
is.
You have to go to the right island too.
Yeah.
Some are really built up.
I mean, he liked it, but I think he thought it was going to be a lot different than he
Yeah.
probably thought.
It's a nice resort too. The Wilderness Lodge.
Oh,
which
Wilderness is
on
lovely.
the
Yeah.
upper scale.
Yeah.
And that it looks like if you remember from your childhood, the Legoland,
Yeah.
the Lego built, they have a beautiful fireplace there
Yeah.
that's supposed to have the different layers of the rock at the Grand Canyon or something like
I
that.
think so. Yeah.
And we've eaten twice there.
Yeah.
We ate once at the Whispering Forks. Was at the
We said Whispering Canyon was the buffet, and
Okay.
then that was for dinner, and then the Roaring Fork we ate there for lunch.
Roaring Forks lunch? Yeah.
Mhm.
So that was barbecue at the Roaring Forks, and actually they both were because the
Mhm.
buffet restaurant, which is a family style, I
Yeah.
guess, was all barbecue food too.
Yeah, it was good.
Let's see. Larry said I was looking at a cruise to Hawaii. It was a free cruise. I was a travel agent, but that never materialized. Larry, are
Oh.
you doing any travel agent stuff at all, or are you just totally separated from that now? I didn't know if maybe you were staying active since you had already gone through the tests and were just using it, for your own trips, I guess.
Yeah, how does that work with travel agents? Do you have to keep up your license by taking classes still?
I know you have to pay yearly,
Okay.
and you probably have review classes, or you could tell me
Yeah.
that.
I
But
know.
he was trying to encourage us at one point, to do it just for our own,
Yeah.
that you could benefit from your own
Yeah, I just
travel from it.
don't have the personality for that.
a
I'm a
lot of
healthcare worker. I was a physical therapy assistant and a
me.
licensed nursing assistant, so I don't have the personality for to be a travel agent.
Well, I think it's a lot more work too,
Yeah, I'm a
because other
caregiver.
jobs, you're doing the job you get paid for, right?
Yeah,
As a TA, you're doing the job, but you might not, if the person cancels it, I don't think you get anything for it.
yeah,
I think it's all on commission. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
I think so.
So let's see. So, okay, the Contemporary, we love the fact that the monorail goes through.
Yeah, it's
and
very
it's nice to
nice.
walk around. It is kind of a boring structure, right?
Yeah.
The cool thing with that was we could see from the balcony of our place in Kissimmee.
Mhm.
When we were there in March, we watched the fireworks because you could actually see them, and they look like they would come up like over the Contemporary from
Yeah,
the angle we're
It
at.
did look that way. That was such a lovely place, being on the 10th floor. Oh, I loved it. We hope to go back there in January or February, I guess.
Well, our goal, of course, is to go back to Disney World and actually see the parks this coming fall once and really do them to death and
Yeah.
do the resort hop and all that same
Yeah.
Disney stuff one more time.
It's just such a happy place. I woke up so happy every day. The weather was beautiful. There was so much stuff to do.
Right.
It was great.
All right.
Even with a broken arm, I was happy.
If anyone has any other input about their favorite resorts, or if you tune into the replay and you could put your opinion on what your favorite resorts at Disney,
Yeah.
it'd be great to share. Yeah, Larry said travel agent is a tough job. You only get paid after vacation. That's what I was wondering.
Hard. Yeah.
So I mean, you could work and I know there are people. There are certain people like we pretty much do our own thing. We hand over our trip to the travel agent. Well, and but there are people who don't know anything, and you're explaining every detail.
Yeah.
And then they decide not to book.
I know that would be frustrating. No, it's not a job for me. I don't have the personality.
Captain Commodore says no pickleball injuries this time. Nancy.
No.
I know.
Hey, I've been playing at our at the Bubble in our town. It's what do you call the Bubble? It's an indoor
gym. Basically.
Yeah, indoor gym. It's at the local university, and I'm able to hit the ball again.
I think
I'm just a little cautious about going to get a ball. I'm not too aggressive.
A little stronger. I think maybe the metal they put in there made it bionic or something because she's hitting the ball harder.
Yeah, my plate. I have plates and screws, but I can hit the ball, and I'm hitting it pretty well. So all is good.
Yeah, so we'd like to get back into that again.
Yeah.
It was funny though because we were limited. Our trip this winter was totally different than the year before, and totally different than we had planned. Because we did things we would have never done. We hung out a lot more with people, met people at the resort itself, the resorts themselves, and we volunteered, of course, at the Kids the World. So
Kids the World. Special needs kids are my all-time favorite. I like working with special needs kids, and it's just nice to be in an environment with these kids can enjoy what time they have left, you know?
Captain, I'm hoping that we'll be able to become pros on the senior circuit of pickleball, and that will maybe pay for our time that we spend
That's
down.
right. So I'm working at it.
So if anyone else has any other resorts about Disney, throw up. But we're going to move on to question number 2, Nance. Let's see. Let me get up here. Larry says, we have a meetup with Dewey. I know you had mentioned your plan on that in Victoria, BC on June 29th. Cannot wait. Me and Nanda and her friends who live in Victoria going to show him around. That sounds fantastic.
Nice.
Is he leaving from there, or is that one of the port stops? How's that coming about? Because I'm sure he's not just flying up to Victoria.
He's a good guy. That was just so funny when we met up with him in Mexico.
I know.
He's in the jewelry shop. Looking at
I don't know if you know that, Larry. We were on the back-to-back, and we just happened to be walking by the ball plate. No, actually, he was coming out of the men's room.
Oh,
you were in the ladies' room.
Oh, okay.
But he was right next to the jewelry shop.
I was trying on the rings he was looking at. I had a little a buzz on from that huge margarita and a shot of tequila. It was fun. He's a good guy. That's nice you guys are meeting up.
Next question.
I wonder if he ever bought that ring.
Yeah, he did. There was 2 or 3 of those he was buying. Okay. So the next discussion is on the Carnival cruise ship Venezia. And the reason we picked this, we thought we'd talk about this ship, is because it's basically new.
Yeah.
And we're going on it.
Yeah.
This is a cruise we're taking in October. Still waiting, Larry, for you to jump on board.
It's a 12-day cruise.
12-day cruise out of New York.
Yeah, out of New York, which is great. We could drive to the cruise port. We like driving to cruise ports as opposed to flying, but it was fun flying out of Miami. I'm glad we did that. That was a cool experience.
Well, Captain's been on 3 cruises. We'll be on this 3rd cruise ship with Dewey. That's pretty cool.
Oh, really? Nice.
He is leaving out of Vancouver 10 days on Queen Mary to Alaska. Queen Mary went to Alaska. One stop in Victoria ends on June 3rd. Oh, that's really cool.
Cool. I still want to get there. Cool. I want to get to Alaska.
How far is Victoria from where you are, Larry? you have to go through a lot of like ferries and stuff like that, or is it right in the area? So the Carnival Venezia, all right?
Venezia.
There's no T, but okay, Venezia, whatever.
Venezia. I put a T in.
The thing that's unusual about that is that it's a Costa ship.
Costa ship.
It's a Costa ship that was bought by Carnival.
Yeah.
It's about the size. It's 135,000 tons. It's a good size ship.
Yeah.
What was a Horizon? That was about the same, right?
I believe so.
It carries 4,000 passengers and 1,400 crew. The novelty is, like I said, right now. I think it's still in dry dock.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be leaving from New York, the first cruise in June, and they're retrofitting the Costa into a Carnival ship.
Yeah.
And I think it's one or two they plan on doing this. Now, this is an all completely Italian style ship. The decor, the main dining room actually has I think it's a full size gondola in it as decoration.
Does, yeah.
So they're I'm trying to think of what they call this now. They're calling it something, but it's going with the theme of Italy. The food is being modified, like at the Guy's Burger that is on the ship.
Yeah.
Guy's Burger is going to have a couple special burgers with Italian flair on it, and that's the big novelty. So you get onto this ship and you walk into it, and you got a gorgeous 3-level atrium. And it's modeled after Venice's main public square, Piazza San Marco. I've never been to Italy. You've actually seen this square, right?
Yep. I have.
Yeah. Okay.
I talked about this before.
The space, and okay, so then they have the cocktail bar. They have some kind of Venetian toast for the captain, and they have these Venetian masks, which I guess is something that they do for festivals when you get on the ship. And then on the outside of the ship, it's modeled after the Italian Riviera, which is, I have no idea what the Italian Riviera is like. I imagine just along the ocean, but do you have any idea what that is?
No, I don't. I've never been there, so I don't know. I've been to Italy, but we did not go to the Italian Riviera.
All right, let me see. Larry says Powell River is about an hour and a half ferry ride, then about 2 to 3 hour drive. Okay, so it's not right near you. There's slushy machines on it. You know a lot more about Carnival ships than I do, Captain, but I'm guessing they don't because our last one didn't. Larry said he checked out the cruise, very tempting, but cannot commit to anything.
Oh.
Yeah, if it's something that comes through, we have a couple other people that had shown an interest. I sent this cruise out to a handful of people.
I think the price did go up, but we got it for a really good deal.
It went up 100 and it went down 100.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is today.
Where it is, but we got it when it went down. We lucked out, so we got it for 100 cheaper. Now it's up 100.
Yeah, Larry, you can answer this question. If you book a cruise and you haven't done your final payment and the cruise comes down, can you then call and redo the price? I mean,
to give
the
you,
new price.
I see. That's a good.
How does
question.
that work?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, Larry's right. Cruise ships do need slushy machines.
They do. I really enjoyed the gelato on the Carnival. I really love that toasted almond Carnival.
Well, that's what Billy says. He says
Gelato.
no slushy machines, but maybe Italian ice.
Yeah.
It's not Italian ice, but they do it like you said, the gelato.
Gelato. When I went to Italy and we went to my mother's hometown, which was not much there, but we can walk to this local, convenience store, and we got a gelato like every day. It was awesome. I mean, I was only 14, so it was really good.
So, okay.
There was nothing else to do in that town.
I can imagine.
So we eat ice cream every day. It was awesome. But we only stayed in her town for a week, and then we traveled for 2 weeks. We went to Rome, Naples, Sorrento, Capri, Venice, and we toured, everything. And then we came back and spent another week in my mother's hometown with her relatives. So in all, we were there in Italy a month.
Oh, that's interesting. Larry says, only if you book the guaranteed rate.
Oh. So
I think we did the guaranteed rate. So you're saying the guaranteed rate we cannot renegotiate, or we can negotiate that? Getting back to the Lido deck. I'll read the description here. case anyone's looking at this ship. And I think there's going to be a lot of people. I think when this gets closer, a lot of people are going to want to try this ship out.
Yeah.
Because I haven't even named the biggest feature yet on it. So the Lido deck is a 2-level, fully themed dome with columns, fountains, a pool, and eateries under. Okay, now this is, to me, the number one thing on this ship. Biggest complaint I heard from people I sailed with on Boston, New York, New Jersey, was that you lose 3 days getting to the Caribbean. I mean, it's cold weather, you can't lay out the pool, you can't swim.
Yeah.
This ship has a retractable roof.
Nice.
Now, it's supposed to cover the pool and the atrium area. That would be wonderful. Even if you don't swim, you go out there and you lay in the sun. That way you don't have everyone crowded indoors for 3 days, right? People outside getting their sun, and it's starting their suntans early.
Yeah, nice.
That to me
all ships should do that.
Well, and I think that's going to be the number one thing once people realize. I'm almost sure that a lot of people do, because I've never heard anyone talk about that. It doesn't realize this has a retractable roof.
That's really
and then they can open it when you're in the Caribbean,
so
you're not getting blocked by any of the roof. Some of the events, they're going to have an Italian sail away with a street party atmosphere. I wonder if that's almost like the stuff they did in the North End. Remember little festivals and stuff like that, which will extend into the evening. Customers also, they're expecting gelato and pasta eating contest.
Oh my gosh. You might win the pasta eating contest.
No, I don't think so. Pastas, no. There are stuff. Chicken wings, slushies,
I want to have gnocchis on that. That's the pasta I want to have. Do you like gnocchis?
Yeah.
It's the potato pasta.
Yeah, I like them a lot. And they don't seem to be offered on traditional cruises a lot.
Yeah.
But this one they probably would offer. Yeah. Then it says the striking Canal Grande in Marco Polo, Maine restaurants showcase Italian sculptures and architectural designs, include a life-size Venetian gondola. Poolside, the ship will feature a Guy's Burger joint, and it's amongst his menu classics now. It will add a Italian twist, a pepperoni pizza burger. You probably like that.
Yeah, I like pepperoni.
And I'll probably like this, and the Big Moz, M-O-Z-Z, which is topped with mozzarella cheese.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta love that. When I went to Italy, my relatives had big wheels of cheese that they made, that they gave us. They were huge. We had, it was so good. Everything, all the food that my relatives cooked was all homemade. It was delicious. But I remember the big cheese wheels.
Yeah, Larry's saying you call and talk. You talk to the person who books and see if they'll change it.
Oh, I see.
Larry says his 2024 cruise keeps on going up and down. That's what happened to ours. I was so happy because it was locked in. It dropped down to 649 from, it was close to 1,000 when it started, and then it was hanging around the high 700s.
Yeah.
And it dropped down to 649, and I thought I had locked it in at that.
Yeah.
And the guy told me, no, I never put the deposit down.
I know, and then it dropped.
So I put it down then, and in the meantime, in the 48 hours, it dropped down to 629.
Jeez, that was nice.
But less than a week later, I checked again. It bounced back up to $100. So it's up and down. Like, it's supply and demand. Usually the best deal. We always lock in our cruises, usually, or book our cruises, I should say, after the final payment, because that's when people free up and the prices come way down.
Yeah.
It's the best time to book.
Yeah.
We did it different this time because we wanted to be able to tell other people that we're going on this cruise.
Yeah, it would be nice to have other people, book the same cruise, but
right. So we want to tell people way out so they could plan if they wanted to try and do it. So that's what we're hoping. Let's see. What is Commodore Captain says, if I'm on the cruise out of New York, I'm going north on a Canadian. I love the northern itineraries, Maine and Canada.
I love Maine. Yeah.
My only problem with it is I just feel if I get on a cruise ship, I got to go somewhere warm.
I know.
But, if we do a cruise, we've talked about that just recently. If we do 2 cruises in a year, maybe we'll do one up north and then do another one going south.
Yeah.
And I hear you, Captain. Why the heck would you come up to New York to sail 3 days down south? Yeah. Unless you wanted to really, some people really love leaving certain ports. It was nice the first time we left Miami.
Oh, I loved leaving
Miami. And New York is an awesome one with the Statue of Liberty.
I love New York. I love leaving Miami. The only thing is we had to fly there, but it was really cool leaving Miami. That was a great experience.
Yep. Let's see, Captain. Have you done Alaska?
I would love to go to Alaska.
Larry Knight, well, that's okay.
Captain hasn't been to Alaska? No.
Jimmy O, thank you
Hey,
for
Jimmy.
popping in. Nice
How
to
you
see you.
doing?
Jimmy's a friend of ours, local friend of ours, and he actually came down and joined us for, well, we joined him, I guess,
Yeah,
because
we
at
joined
his
him.
place, right?
Yeah,
And hope to hook up with him again this snowbirding
I
season.
hope so. Yeah,
He's another one in the snowbird genre.
that's correct. Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's another, Commodore's another one that gets casino deals.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's Jimmy O says, have you ever considered a Mississippi River cruise?
Oh, wow.
We would love to do that. Mississippi River looks really awesome.
That looks
In fact,
cool. Yeah.
I think the closest thing to that right now is we're looking at the cruise that sails from, it's New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Is that the one that's where you sail way up in the Mississippi River and then come down?
Hmm.
But the only bad thing with the Mississippi is they don't have all the bells and whistles. The river cruise ships.
Yeah, that's correct.
That
Yeah.
cruise.
Yeah, they don't.
But I would definitely try one. Vikings cruise has some great cruises even overseas.
Yeah, I
that
would
look
try
nice.
one. Why not? Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but hey, I would try it.
Yeah, the captain says I would love to go on a river cruise or a Great Lakes cruise. I didn't even know they did Great Lakes cruise till
No.
this last year.
Yeah, we talked about that too. Yeah. So many cruises, so little time.
That's right.
We're trying to get it all in while we're healthy.
All right. So getting back to I'll let you say it, the name of the ship.
Oh, the Venezia?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
No blue iguana on this ship. And I know
No.
a lot of you Carnival people are used to a blue iguana. They have something called a Tomodoro, which offers Mex-Italian fusion.
Mex-Italian fusion.
Have you heard that
wow.
combination before?
No.
So that's a combination of
I think
Mexican and Italian.
I think you'd have to have a strong stomach. I bet it's spicy.
Well, it says, think of the usual tacos and burritos, but also meatballs and Sicilian
Oh,
chicken.
Sicilian chicken. I'd like to try that.
But Jimmy, you weren't here earlier. I had to discard my Celtics hat.
Oh, yes. He threw it away for now.
Let's see what other novelties. So there's the novelties with the coffees and the liqueur.
I'm going to
and
look
stuff
up
like
what a
that.
Sicilian chicken is. I meant
yeah, we never did look
I
at
know.
that.
I meant to do that when we were talking about that the last time.
Now, I'm not sure if any of you have been on the Carnival celebration yet, but there's some premiere show on that called Color My World, and they're supposed to be taking the same show and putting it on the Venezia.
I really enjoy the shows on the ship. I mean, I look forward to that because, it's all included. We don't go to a lot of shows around here, especially, Hamilton, which I would have loved to have seen. It was so expensive. But maybe that'll come to a cruise ship someday. You think so?
What?
You think Hamilton will come to a cruise ship
sure.
someday?
If you keep on putting stuff in the suggestion box, right?
Well, the Cats finally did, and I finally got to see Cats after 35 years.
That's right.
Because I had a ticket when I was in my early 20s, and I was working with special needs kids at a time, and I was always getting sick. So I had the flu and couldn't go, and even though it was it ran for so many years, I never saw it, but I did see it on a cruise ship. So,
and actually, it was just as long, I think,
it
on
was.
the cruise ship.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
I liked it. I mean, I liked it. I don't think I paid to see it, because I liked it, but I didn't love it. But I did enjoy it. I mean, my tickets were $35. That was when I was like 23 years old. The tickets for Cats in Boston was $35.
Yeah, you can imagine what they are.
Yeah, and like I said, I got sick and I couldn't go, and my friend's mother bought the ticket for me, so I didn't lose out. But
Jimmy O says it's more about the place to stop, Memphis, etc. That's what I heard. Even the ones overseas, it's the small towns that you stop going down the river on the river cruises.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
I mean, that is the biggest difference. When we go on these bigger cruise ships, you're in the port,
Yeah,
in a corner of an island, right? But you're not stopping on. I mean, you literally can see the land on both sides on a river cruise.
Yeah, that would be an experience.
Viking cruises are pricey. I know.
Yeah,
it's a pipe dream, Larry.
Yeah, but that probably won't happen.
Let's see.
For us.
Larry says we had Mexican last night for dinner. They just opened up a new restaurant here. We actually know the owner who was from Guadalajara, Mexico.
Oh, really?
Oh, this is authentic, huh?
Yeah. I like everything spicy. I like all kinds of foods, but unfortunately, my stomach won't allow me to eat all kinds of foods. But
Captain Commodore says, I heard pasta dishes they have on Carnival Venezia are from Chef Boyardee. Now, you're saying that is a bad thing.
Oh,
I happen to
no.
love Chef
He does.
Boyardee.
I'm like, how can you eat that? You're all Italian. How can you eat that stuff?
So for me, I'd be the one ordering seconds on it. Probably the only one.
Yeah, I mean, we made homemade pasta. Matter of fact, we made homemade raviolis last Christmas. They were delicious.
Right. So the big things on this ship that we're looking forward to, the main thing is a retractable roof.
Yeah.
So we can actually spend time in the pool or
Yeah.
outside in the pool area.
Yeah.
For the 3 days down and 3 days back. That's huge for us.
Yeah.
We literally were on a New York cruise. Do you remember what year it was? And we were building snowmen on the deck. Remember that?
I remember that. Yeah, you have
So-
a picture of that.
And it's October. We're going on this particular one because I think cruises are fun over Halloween.
Yeah.
And actually, if you remember from the Horizon guys, the Halloween they do on the Carnival cruises is a lot nicer than, like, we went on NCL and Royal Caribbean, and they don't do it anywhere near as good.
Carnival people have the greatest costumes. I really enjoyed the Carnival Horizon Halloween party. It was fun seeing all the great costumes. I can't imagine packing all of those costumes.
Some of them were huge.
Yeah, they
intense.
were. So I can't imagine packing all that, but they were really good.
We were on a group cruise with Larry, and geez, maybe I think it was 50 of us or something like that.
Yeah.
And even some of the people in our group had these
Pretty.
masks and stuff that you would
Yeah.
have to really pack.
Yeah, they had great costumes.
We had a big time, a lot of trouble packing because we hadn't flown in ultra number of
it was a
years,
long time
and
since
20
we
years
flew.
or so, and
We're
they
trying to pack
restricted
light.
on packing. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying to pack light,
And,
so it was a lot tougher.
I'm not a light packer. Women aren't really light packers. They have to take so many pairs of shoes and dresses, and it gets heavy.
Larry says you made a video about homemade ravioli.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I hope we make them again this Christmas because they came out good.
This is rhubarb season again. She
I'm
had
gonna
put
be
two
doing-
videos out there on rhubarb. What was it? Bread and
I did rhubarb bread, rhubarb muffins, and I made rhubarb crisp, but I don't think I did a video on that. But I did a video on the rhubarb bread. I never had rhubarb bread ever, and I found a great recipe. It was good. So
And this
I'm
is
gonna-
the season for rhubarb,
Yeah, this
so
is
we
the
got to come up
rhubarb
with one.
season,
You're looking
yeah.
at jam this time.
Yeah, I'm going to try jam because I don't make pies. I'm not a pie maker, so I'm not going to do a rhubarb strawberry pie, but I'm going to try rhubarb jam, but I am going to make rhubarb bread because I enjoy that. That was good.
Commodore says, I throw down a couple of cans of Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs. See, my favorite is beefaroni. I absolutely love beefaroni.
He always took a can of
Or the
beefaroni.
ravioli one. I like the
Yeah,
ravioli soup.
I know. I don't know how you can eat that. He ate SpaghettiOs too. I go, why are you eating that? That's garbage. But he
Different
liked it.
brand.
He
Maybe there
liked
was
it.
a different brand.
It's a
though.
different brand.
Yeah. Larry says he cruised with one carry-on. Can you imagine going on a cruise with one
Wow.
carry-on?
That's awesome. I wish I could do that. I wish I could not.
I don't know how
overpack.
you do. Like, I could do one carry-on of clothes, but I'd have to have a second bag with electronics.
Yeah,
and
and
stuff, and all the
shoes,
cords.
too.
And
We take a lot of stuff. I don't know how to cut back.
the Commodore captain says, "I'm dressing as a cruise captain for my October back-to-back one."
All right, nice.
That's over Halloween then.
Yeah.
That is a great cruise. I would
Yeah.
love to do that if I did not have to get on an airplane.
Yeah.
Because it's the same month. I
Yeah.
think it's this. I think it's this October.
This October.
But the thing is, you got to fly down to Miami again.
Yeah. Yeah, Miami was great. The thing is, we had to fly though. We didn't,
Oh.
I didn't really care. I mean, we flew Spirit, and it was okay, but I found the seats to be uncomfortable. It was a short flight, so it wasn't bad. I really can't complain, but the seats weren't the greatest. But
Right.
hey, it wasn't an expensive flight, so it was worth it.
Um,
I mean,
the-
if I were going on a longer flight, I'd want a more comfortable seat.
Larry's favorite pie is strawberry rhubarb.
Is
It's
it?
like your
That was-
dad.
yeah, my dad. Every time, like I said, I was not a pie maker, but every time my dad came to visit us,
Beefaroni.
I bought a strawberry rhubarb pie for him. They made them good in our local bakery.
They
here.
did. They definitely did.
Yeah, he enjoyed it.
And okay, so that's Venezia, and look, we're still looking forward to doing that.
Yeah.
We got to look now and see if there's any excursions we want to line up.
Yeah.
Or what we're doing to that. And what we'll do is we'll drive down to New York and do that cruise package down there.
Yeah.
Before we sail out.
Yeah, it's not a bad drive for us. It's like a 5-hour drive, and it's not bad.
So I thought some of you people might want to hear a little bit about the Venezia since it hasn't sailed from here at all. So it's leaving Spain, I think it's where it's dry
Barcelona,
docked.
Spain.
Yeah, it's been dry docked. I'm not sure if it's heading over yet, and I think their first cruises are early June.
Okay.
Out of New York.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you know.
Billy loves all pies.
Yeah, all pies, whoopie pies.
Larry says, Nancy, I love Italian food.
Oh.
Wink,
wink. Oh, I make good Italian tea cookies. Do you like those? That's my specialty for dessert is Italian tea cookies and pizzellis. Oh, those are my two favorites.
All right, Nancy, we have 5 minutes left, so let's just touch on this last one that we threw just out for some kind of fun is just movies on a cruise ship.
Oh, movies on a cruise ship. Let's see.
How many of you watch movies on cruise ships? And now, our best experience, of course, is with Disney Cruise.
Yeah.
Because they do first run. When they're out the theater, they're on the ship.
Yeah.
Same day. And so the only Disney Cruise we were on was showing, what was it, 2 movies? Castaway and...
Castaway, that with Tom Hanks. And the one that I loved and my daughter loved was The Princess Diaries.
Right.
Yeah, that was cool.
But those are both first run. And the funny thing is, on a Disney ship, they had a midnight showing. So you could actually do everything you want in the day. And then, or take a nap and then go see the midnight showing.
They were both good movies. It was just fun, The Princess Diaries, because my daughter and my mom watched that. So it was a nice memory of my daughter and my mom and me watching The Princess Diaries.
Larry loves biscottis. Nancy makes a good biscotti.
I did. I made a really good biscotti. It was a great recipe, and they came out good. Biscotti means like twice baked. You have to twice bake them.
No, you're right, Larry. There is too much to do, and that's why we haven't watched a ton of them. But the most movies we watched were the very first one when the kids were young. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we saw a midnight showing, and then there was one that my daughter liked and my mother-in-law liked, so we went to see that.
Yeah.
But usually there's some decent movies and we miss them. And this last one we saw because the early ships we went on did not have the big outdoor screens.
That was cool sitting out there with the big screen. Right. Yeah,
so we would go and just hang on the deck. Like the last Horizon cruise, that was that Black Phone. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
There's a
Minion movie.
The Minion movie and the most recent Batman. I don't think we saw any of them. Maybe the Black Phone, but
we saw the Black Phone
because that was late. That was like a 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock show.
Yeah, that was a good movie too. I like
but the others we saw bits and pieces. Yeah. But it's kind of a nice way to sit on the deck and see something if you haven't seen it. Watch movies a big screen. Yeah, that's the thing. You guys are spoiled because the cruise ships probably even all have the big screens. But back in the early days, the NCL cruises did not have them.
No.
Royal had it. They have that big, massive one over the Accra show, remember?
Royal. Oh, I love Royal.
But it was funny. They didn't show the movies in there. Again. They showed the movies on the outside.
Yeah.
What's a lot of fun for anyone that's in the sports, especially the time of year we go. It's football season. And they have the football on this mega screen.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Let's see. Captain, I do watch a movie or two at bedtime in my cabin, sometimes on demand or whatever it's shown on TV. We have never watched a movie in our cabin.
No.
Because that's what we say. We basically use our cabin to sleep, and that's it. So we might have it on. We'll get dressed or something.
Yeah, usually we're pretty tired by the time we get back to our cabin. Right. So,
let's see. Larry says, I usually never bake, but we are getting a new kitchen. I bought myself a KitchenAid mixer. I just might start baking. I plan on possibly cooking. That's good.
Nice.
That's some reason that's very popular now.
Yeah.
There's so many, but it's
I think baking's relaxing. I like cooking is relaxing. I can put on some classical music and relax when I cook.
John likes watching movies in black and white. That's a Commodore. I actually watch more things in black and white than you would guess. The old stuff.
It's
Charlie
a wonderful.
Chaplin. That's too old.
Charlie.
I don't get back into Charlie Chaplin.
I don't know. I don't care for Charlie. It's a Wonderful Life. It was good.
Hey, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Cruising scene. Nice. Thanks for joining us.
How you doing?
Ahoys. Okay.
Say?
No, I'm just reading the hellos. They're saying to Sharon. Oh. All right. So we're almost at the end here, and what we like to do usually I like to do in the middle, but I forgot. So I just like to throw up a quick thanks to our mods.
Thank you to our mods.
So let me do that right now. Once again, thank you to our mods. Let's see, we have another thing from the Commodore. John likes living in the past, thinks it's Wednesday. I know, I thought it was Wednesday earlier in the show. Likes those penny arcade movies. Billy, I watched one of those, a couple of those, more recent than you would think. What was it, at the Boardwalk Inn at Disney? They still have those on.
That's
So we were
right.
watching those.
Yeah, that's right.
So, well, thank you everyone for coming in. And if you're watching on replay, please make a comment below. And we'll see you on Sunday. It's game day on Sunday. So we'll
Yes.
start that with Tanisha time.
Yes.
And then our games at 4:00 this Sunday.
Yes.
And then we will not be on next Thursday.
Right.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes. Have fun. Stay young. Stay young. Have fun.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.